everybody, and welcome to another episode of Shakes and Fidget free-to-play playthrough. Today's episode, we're going to cover a few of smaller features which were unlocked along the way. They really are, let's say, not that vast in terms of the depth. However, they do provide some nice bonuses and similar. And since there is a couple of them which are quite small, I wanted to cover uh, multiple of them in today's episode. If you like this type of content, don't forget to subscribe and like. Don't forget to turn on notification to get information when there is a new video out. And also, please leave a comment below if you like this type of content and you want to see more of the content. As a first step, let's just quickly go through the current development of our character. As you can see, we are level 151. And this mostly comes from the dungeons. I finished a couple of levels of dungeons. Then I did also, of course, some leveling, but we gained some nice levels in comparison to the previous episode. We also got some really nice weapons. Currently, I'm rocking this one. It's an old stat. I don't like it, but unfortunately, it is, or fortunately, it's a much higher average and general damage in comparison to the previous one I had. And this is, well, I don't have it. It was this one, but I converted it. So I did get this one as well, but it's a -7 overall damage, and the stats are the same, so it does not make sense. Plus, it does not have a socket, so I don't want to spend resources, blacksmith resources, to add a socket here. So it's a okay weapon. And now one might ask, why do I have a dexterity socket when I have a legendary socket from the elevator? The main reason is I did not want to destroy a weapon because I need weapon for my followers, and there is no reason for me not to use it until I get something better, and then I will get the legendary gem out. It does hinder my character a bit. However, it still is a nice boost in this case scenario for Bert. So that's why I'm currently rocking the dexterity. Once I get a better weapon for Bert, I will get it out, and then hopefully I will also have better weapon for myself and then put it in. And then I got some other epics. I got this one here, the cowboy boots. I got this one here, and I think I got these hands. So I'm actually missing one epic in order to get the fully epic equipped. If I'm not mistaken, I don't have that. Um, uh, I don't have that achievement. Here it is. Have only epics equipped. Would be nice to have it, but I also don't want to rush it. So it's only one item, and if I get it, I get it. I will have it for sure sooner rather than later, so it's not a problem. So that's more or less when it comes to this. The scrapbook, 63%, not pushing that much. Could actually push it in the upcoming days since I have a mirror. I can do it sort of off, like when I'm on a guard duty. I can just farm some Hall of Fame, check out which of um, the items I need, and then just aim for a particular level bracket, and then just get a lot of items. For example, you can see that I'm missing most of these necklaces and these, so I could for sure get some percentages, and probably I will do it in the upcoming period. When it comes to Fortress, you can see that there is 1 minute left for our, almost 2, for our gem mine to be level 10, and this would enable us to unlock the Underworld. I will cover Underworld in one of the future episodes because this is a feature which is a bit more comprehensive. So this one, it's, I believe, for later, but as you can see, we managed to get it, and actually the previous episode I said that it would take 7 to 10 days. It actually took only a couple of days. The longest upgrade, the last one, took I think 22 hours, or 1 day and some hours, 1 day and 2 hours or something like this. So it's not that bad at all. The only problem is now that we do have a gem mine level 10, and we do need a Heart of Darkness for the Underworld. We actually need to wait 5 hours for each gem mining or searching for gems, um, to get a gem and potentially Heart of Darkness. So it might take us a while to get the Heart of Darkness to unlock the underworld, but let's see, maybe we are lucky. And the last one, guild upgrades 1010. No change there. I now you can see that I am sort of around average level, and I am in top 20 of the guild. There is, well, 25 maybe. Um, I am also quite good with the Hall of Knights upgrade. You can see that there is only one level 13. Everyone else is at my level or below me. And I actually have level 13 Fortress. I just don't have the Hall of Knights upgraded. So once I get the mats, resources, I will then have level 13 as well. And the next aim of the fortress is to get the level 15. This would enable us to unlock black gems, which give all stats, and these are really nice boost. The having a level 15 Hall of Knights in your guild enables this for the whole guild, but the more level 15s you have, the higher the chance of getting a black gem is. So let's say if I am the only one together with this guy having level 15, it will not that high chance of getting black gems, but still we can hope certainly for some black gems. So that's it for the upgrade, for the progress status update. And let's now go through some features. Actually, it's a set of features connected with the dungeons. So when you first start playing, you have the light world. At level 10 you unlock the light world, but there are some other options you can see. I still have one to unlock, but it just depends on the level. And the thing what I want to cover today is the rest of these uh, dungeon worlds, or however you want to call it. So the first one which you unlock after the light world is actually it's this one. It's the demon portal, and this is the level 99. Once you reach level 99, you unlock the demon portal, and this is a once per day attack which you can do on the demon portal, which just is a set of 50 different bosses, and once you defeat one of them, you get increase on your health points by 1%. So each level is 1%. I'm still currently 1-on-1, which means I did not defeat one level, but if I would defeat it, I would get increased health pool by 1%. The problem with these bosses are they are extremely strong. So even though they might be, I think they start at level 200, even though here you can see that light world I'm fighting level 245 and I have like 8% chance of winning against this guy. um Winning against this guy is almost impossible as a level 151. At least it's not possible as a one fight. However, um the point is that you do as much damage as you can to the boss, and each day you just continue attacking. The only, let's say, drawback is that if you do not win against the boss, his health will recover by 10% overnight. I mean, by midnight. So let's say today you can see that I attacked, and in 5 hours it would reset, so I could attack again. And the boss at the moment has 48% health. So in 5 hours and 13 minutes, he would have 58% of health, but I would be able to attack him again and I would deal, I don't know, 30% of damage. So he would be at 28%. Again, he would recover to 38, and I would probably kill him the next day and get 1% increase of my health pool. And this you would just then repeat every day. It's one attack per day, resets at midnight, and you just continuously do this. There is no reason not to do that. You don't lose any resources, you don't lose any gold or anything like that. It just like you can either deal more than 10% of damage or you cannot. And if you deal more than 10% over time, you will defeat the boss. The second thing which you unlock is and they're sort of connected, but they are on the like these three here. They're sort of connected, but on the other hand, they do have different requirements. So the second one which you unlock is the tower. In order to unlock the tower, you need to be level 125, and you need to complete the first 9 dungeons. And as you know, we did complete the first 9 dungeons. This is the 9th. And since we completed it, we unlocked the tower. The tower enables you to have companions and to fight with your companions. And the reason why I actually wanted to cover today this feature is because in previous episode I covered toilet, and the toilet I mentioned that it gives you an item. When you drop an item into the toilet, it gives you an item of a different class, and this is how you equip items, or how you get the items for your companions. So to get back to my character and to show you the companions is this one. So we have a bird, which is a warrior without a shield. This is an emphasis which need to be done. Mark, which is a mage, and Kunigunde, who is a scout. So these are the 3 original classes which existed in Shakes and Fidget. And you can equip the items to them, and they are always the same level as you are. In the past, you had to actually level them by using gold, and even in that time, you could only have them the same level as you, but now they are by default the same level as you, and you just need to equip them items and fight with them. So now, what is the approach of gearing them is, in theory, you can just buy a bunch of items in the weapon and magic shop. In case did they fit, let's say in magic shop, if they fit the class which you are equipping them for example, this is a scout item, and this is actually this is not a bad but one, but whatever. So this is a scout item, this is a strength warrior item, so I would buy this equipped to him, I would buy this one equipped to him. This is a mage, I would buy this equipped to him. So you can do this for these ones, for the weapon. All of these are, you can see, scout, assassin, druid, and bard, which means you can either equip to yourself, and we don't need it, or to Kunigunde. But for Mark and for Bert, you need to first drop them into toilet and then hope that the reroll will give you stats which you need. Because, for example, I will give you an example here. This one gives dexterity and constitution. Well, I don't want to do that. Let's try. So the point is that, for example, this one gives dexterity and constitution, which actually fits really nicely to this one. Let's actually equip it. So this one here I have, so I will use this one as an example. So here it gives dexterity and luck, and we need either intelligence or strength. So if I drop it in the toilet, I actually get intelligence constitution, but the problem is that the required class is warrior, berserker, or demon hunter, which means it's actually for bird, but the problem is it does not give strength. So this is why it's a bit problematic to get the items. And imagine now you need to fully equip like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces when it comes to the class related items. And here 5, and here 5. Actually, this one is the easiest because it's the same class. But you need at least 10 items, and then having a luck to get exactly the items you want, it's really shitty. The second option is, which is much easier, is to convert the epic items. The reason for this is because when you're converting the common items, the combination of the stats can just be random, and of course the class of the item. However, if you convert an epic item, it would be converted to a different class, but the main stat will be of that class. So if I would be converting a tree stat, this one, it can only be a strength for a warrior, or dexterity for a scout, or an intelligence for a mage. It cannot be intelligence for a warrior. So the 3-stat epic items will always be converted to appropriate class and stat. and the all stat will be just converted to a different class, but they give all stats, so it's irrelevant. So from that point of view, when you want to gear these ones, the easiest way is just wait a bit, push your character. When you replace the items, you would get a better item. You use the previous item to drop into toilet and equip it to one of your characters. So this is exactly what I did. So here I had one item, here I had another, here, and then here, here, and okay, now this one I just bought. So this is how I was doing it, and I don't want to push it. If you are, of course, using shrooms, you can search where, for example, when there is a epic shopping spree extravaganza, you can just search and just buy a bunch of epics, convert them, and equip. But as a free to play, I would just do it slowly. Now, why do you need to equip the items for your companions? Well, when you unlock the tower and you unlock your companions, you can fight in the tower, but these bosses are extremely hard. And you cannot win by yourself. I mean, the chances of you winning, if you are maybe uh, over the level of the mob, you might win it. Like if you are really overpowering the mob, fine. But if you are fighting on a level basis, you need your guys to help you defeat this one. And I will do this as an example. I don't think I will win, of course. I could fight against this because it's level 8, but I also don't mind losing one attack just to show you. So if I fight, you can see it has 16 million of health, and it's just sort of quite problematic to win against him. Um, this fight might end up half health in a best case scenario, depending on how I will perform. But you can see that all of my followers just die significantly fast. And that's it. You just cannot compete, at least until your guys have a lot of um, uh, equipped items and sort of a lot of health and similar. So you can see it did like 30% of health. Why would you fight in tower? Well, each level of tower defeated gives you 1% boosted gold from quests. So on total, you can have 100%, which means double the amount of gold. This is why you need the tower. Easy as that. Nothing more, nothing less. The next one which you unlock is just after you unlock the tower, which is 125, at level 140, if I'm not mistaken, you unlock the Shadow World. And the Shadow World is just a copy of your um, Light World dungeons, but a bit stronger, and it's a fight with your companions. So you need to unlock the tower to get the companions, of course, and then you need to be level 140 in order to unlock the Shadow World. And you can see this one, Ghost. This is exactly the same mob, if I'm not mistaken, should be, as in the Desecrated Catacombs. You can see Desecrated Catacombs, and if I go to the Light World, Desecrated Catacombs. The difference is this is just a higher level. And again, you need to have your guys, your followers, companions, have some gear in order to fight against this. Now, one thing actually which I forgot to say about the tower, you can see that each win gives you an epic item. The epic items you get here are for your followers. So they are already sort of dumped into toilet. So first you will not get any gold selling them, and you would also not, you cannot dump them again in the toilet. And second thing is they would be of a separate class. But one thing which is good is if that class is for Kunigunde, which is the scout, you can also wear it, which could in return mean that you might get an upgrade from tower as well. But generally, it is used mostly to equip to your companions. Similarly, Shadow World works the same way. It's just that not I'm not sure actually everything. I can see that here it's guaranteed epic items, but for others I don't think it is guaranteed. If it is, beg my pardon. But in general, again, these items are mostly um, planned or used to boost your companions and to equip items to them. Again, you can use the one which is for the Kunigunde, for myself, or if you would be mage and you get an item which is for Mark, you can use it for yourself. Same works with the warrior items if you're a demon hunter or berserker or warrior. So in general, this is like how you would be fighting. But there is one more thing in the shadow world, is that the experience you get from the fights is really high. So for example, a fight against this guy, which is a level 10 or a dungeon level 10, lore 9, 200 level, 245 level boss or a mob, you get, I don't know, let's say 10% of the experience. I don't know exact amount. In the shadow world against this one, who is 175, you would get 40%. The experience is significant. And the fights in the beginning are a bit harder until you gear up your followers, but later on they get a bit easier and you can get really nice levels in the shadow world. Of course, later on, like after the level 10 or like a dungeon 10 or 11, it goes a bit slower because the mobs get quite stronger, but in the beginning they are actually really really nice to get levels up. And the third one which we unlocked is, and it does not have any conditions on the first two, because here you needed followers, here you do not use followers. Here the hard cap is level 150 and that's it. This one is a twister. And Twister is an interesting one. So far, I have never, because it has 1000 levels. I think my highest level so far is like 340, 350 on my druid. Point is of this one, you just fight bunch of different mobs which you already sort of fought somewhere else, like this one. He exists in the tower. This one is actually a pet, Pinklings. He's a shadow pet. He's like, where it is here, Pinklings. And similar, so this one is also a pet, water one if I'm not mistaken. So it just goes on and on. And actually they repeat also because there is 1000 levels. And winning against them is easy. Like if I would attack now, this one I don't want to use shrooms, but if I would attack against this one, I would win for sure. They give okayish experience, not that much. They give maybe as one big 10 minute or 14 minutes, depending what mount you have, like the 4 time part quest. They give approximately that much of experience, or even more sometimes, depending on the level. And they usually do give some item. Cannot remember if epic is possibility, but they do give normal items, which is usually just trashed or sold to witch or similar. But the point is that you can just cycle through them and get a lot of experience if you do overpower them, especially if you overpower them by a significant amount. Because if you overpower them, and this means they do not deal a lot of damage to you, you can do the next level with no shroom cost or anything like that. I will actually try now. I will use one shroom just to see if I would win like that. So I'm level 150 and this is level 100. So in theory, I should have no problems fighting against him. And if he does not deal more than 10% of my damage, and he will not, the next fight will be free. So I won, not 10%. I go, you see that it's free now. So I can fight again. Again, the same thing, probably not 10%, yes. So I get some 78,000 experience, not that much. Again, it's free. So you can cycle through this as long as they do not deal more than 10%. This is probably more than 10%. So now it again costs one shroom. So as long as you're fighting, here it says if you defeat an enemy in the twister and still have at least 90% of your hit points, you can try next floor for free. So usually what I do on my other characters is just I don't fight these, I fight everything else, I'm leveling, and then when I need some experience and similar, I just go here and shuffle 10, 15, 20 levels for free because I'm just overpowering the mobs by a significant amount and I get a lot of experience and then I level. I have been using this quite a lot to push to the next level so that the epics I get from, let's say, Epic Quest Extravaganza is better. And the last dungeon one which exists is the continuous loop of idols. You can see that you need to unlock the tower, you need to reach level 222, and this is just a list of currently 21 um, different YouTube content creators which you can fight. This is more for funs. They are extremely strong. I think overall I won just one. On all of my characters with my druid, I won against the first one, and that's it. They're extremely strong, and this is, as I said, more just for fun of fighting against the YouTube content creator, or just general content creators, not YouTube. So that's more or less it. Okay, we covered all of the dungeon related things. Last thing which I wanted to do today is just show you about dice game. Um, as I have been playing it in order to get some items, and this one, and this one, and just recently this one, I actually got from the dice game. So I want to show you how the dice game works because we unlocked it. I have absolutely no clue when we unlocked it because probably got some notification, but I don't recall it. So how it works is you have 10 tries and there is an event which gives you 20 tries. I cannot remember the name. It might be connected with the luck one, so the lucky something. And the idea is just you have two rolls. The first roll is giving you 5 dices. You can save 1, 2, or more dices for the next roll so that they don't get re-rolled, or you can just re-roll all of them. I would save the epic one because I'm hunting the epic items. Bear in mind that the dice game has epic items only in case of the event which is currently ongoing. Otherwise, you don't have epic items, you have cold, I think, instead of, or it might be that there is no difference. It's just there is a chance to get an epic item. Maybe there you still have like 7 or 8 possibilities, regardless that the dice should have 6 sides. But okay. And there is also the splinters double because of the Forge Frenzy festival event. But the point is, like, you select one, you re-roll, and you don't get anything. There is 1 hour wait for a re-roll, or you can use the hourglass. I will use the hourglass because I want to showcase you if hopefully I win. So I did win here the stones, but I don't want the stones. I want the epic item, so I would re-roll everything. I did not win, so again, and the last one. So let's hope that I will win an epic item. No. So I did not get anything, unfortunately, for these 5 tries. I hope that I will get something to show you, but in general, if you would win 3, you would get an epic item. If you would win 4, like an epic equipment. If you get 4, you get a weapon. If you get 5, you get a boosted weapon, so a better weapon. And I got this one, and even the weapon of before this one, I think I got on the dice game, which is really, really nice. I got lucky because getting 4 or 5, it's of course harder. And this is actually connected to this one, Epic Good Luck Extravaganza. So it says chance of epic from Gambler and increased chance of epic from the Wheel of Fortune. I have 281 lucky coins, so I could potentially hunt an epic here. The problem with this is you could still get common items, so I don't recommend doing that. I would still save the lucky coins until I get Wheel Point 2.0. This requires me to unlock the Underworld. Once I have the Underworld, I would get the Wheel 2.0 on Quest, if I'm not mistaken. and then the rewards will be better. And I like, for example, instead of one shroom, you can get 3 shrooms. And also you could get food for your pets and splinters and some other stuff. And then also the other events like Forge Frenzy Festival would boost the rewards on Abavuvu. So I would use the lucky coins here to get the, let's say, hopefully some of those boosted items. More or less that's it for this episode. I don't have anything else. There are some other features, smaller features, which I would cover probably in one of the future episodes, multiple of them similarly to what I did just now. But until the next one, live long and keep on gaming.